A few months ago, I tried making a video about my work from home station and I didn't publish it, but I just realized that it was the lost room tour that I could have done there because that room no longer exists. Now, as we're moving houses, I'm trying to imagine the ideal workplace for me. So I thought that watching that video and trying to figure out what worked and what didn't work might be a good idea. I hope it's going to be interesting for you guys as well, so let's give it a try. Okay, let me show how my room looks like when I'm filming. First of all, we have a cat. The cat is always present and he thinks he's the most important cat in the world, so he has to be in every video. We still have a cat. I have a bunch of tripods and the lights. That is actually a problem that I know not a lot of people have, but some of you do, is that I have a lot of filming equipment, and I probably shouldn't say this phrase because I do remember that it appears so many times in this video. When I'm busy with my 9-to-5 job, when I'm just acting as a software engineer, I don't really want any reminders about the YouTube channel because I'm trying to keep my personal and work life as separate as it can possibly be. So I do have this problem of keeping a working setup somewhere close so I can film when it's convenient, but also not having it in my face, you know, literally during the workday. If you're asking how can I get out of the room, well, I cannot. Also, I had a lot of board games in the room. That's gonna go. I have everything on the floor because that's where stuff goes that doesn't have to be in the shot. That would probably still be a thing because when setting the shot, you kind of want the nice background to stay because the mess in your house you're gonna clean, but what's in the camera will stay forever. Then I have my desk, and trust me, this is a clean version of my desk. That will probably also not change because I use a lot of supplies, whether it is notebooks or books or pens or papers. I like that stuff. I like to keep it around, and that's why my desk doesn't really look like, you know, one of these aesthetic desks, and it probably never will, and it's probably okay. I don't really do cable management, so if you think that this is not scary, welcome to the underworld. I really want to do cable management. I never have time for it. So the thing is, I have to move my desk sometimes. First of all, because there wasn't a good position for the sun in the window in the previous room, and I could never find a spot that would work well, especially both for filming and working. But even if for working, it's very difficult to find a spot where the screen doesn't reflect everything. So I moved my desk a lot, and every time I move it, I had to redo the cables because the power sockets are placed in different places in every corner. Cable management was not a thing. I usually keep a notebook lying around. This one in particular is my dedicated YouTube notebook, but basically it means that all of the ideas go there, whether it's for the video or for the project. Then I have a bunch of, you guessed it, filming equipment. I did try to keep all of my lenses and filming stuff in the Calyx, but it just never really worked because first of all, I kept putting more stuff in the Calyx, and second, because I needed them all the time, and the Calyx and the desk were in different parts of the room. Like, mind you, it's a small room, but still, you couldn't like easily reach it from a desk, so they ended up in my desk anyway. Another notebook, because you could never have too many. We have a phone stand that's empty because I don't really like keeping my phone on the desk, so why do I have a phone stand? I don't know. We have my most prized possession, a big charger of everything, and of course the battery charger because filming equipment. Okay, the charging station is the best thing I have ever purchased, and I highly recommend having a charging station or a dock, because before that, running around looking for a cable to charge something was like a daily thing or multiple times a day thing. And with the charging station, I can just plug in everything and it just sits there. The only thing is that maybe I don't want to keep it on my desk. Maybe I want to keep it somewhere really close. But that thing alone produces like 50% of my cable management problems. Then I have my laptop that's hiding a mess behind my laptop, which is of course a card reader and external SSD that I can edit from. Also, since I make a video every week, so I edit a video multiple times a week, the SSD and a card reader are always there. And I am thinking about having a dock for my laptop where I could just plug in the external SSD and just have it always when I'm using my laptop at my desk. I just need to find a good one. And my giant screen. I love the monitor. I still think it's one of the most amazing things that I own, and I find it way more convenient than the two monitors next to each other. I like it. I like editing on it. I like programming on it because then you have all of your information and all of the context on the same screen. But the monitor is so big, it takes all of the vertical space above your desk. And even though I can put it on an arm, and I'm seriously considering it because obviously the leg of the monitor is giant, but the vertical space is, I think, more important than I realized, because I tried putting my desk next to the window, and then I realized that I cannot see the window because the monitor is hiding all of it. And then I cannot place my web camera anywhere that I need for work calls, because if I put it on top of my laptop, it's too low, and if I put it on top of my screen, it's too high. So I have to keep it somewhere in the middle to actually look at people. And this arm helps me a lot because I just move it over there in my meetings, but I cannot really work like this all the time. So I just have to move it back so I can have a full view of my screen. I don't know how to solve it. It's not a giant problem, but it's kind of a problem. This sound panel is also connected to my microphone and the headphones. And the problem with the sound panel is that it can be connected with one USB cable, which is amazing, but the microphone is way too quiet in this setup, which is a big problem if you think about it. Like, it's kind of not the role of the microphone, right? I heard that this is a very common problem with Rode Mix, and I still don't know how to solve it. I feel like it appeared after one of the software updates, and I'm still struggling to use the microphone properly. And unfortunately, as soon as I tried to fix it, we started moving and packing everything, and I never really got a chance to try it out. So I think in my new office, it's gonna be like one of the first things that I do. We have a little plant for the video. We have a piano that nobody really plays, but I don't have it in me to put it away somewhere, you know? I have a lot of real plants and plastic plants. When it comes to big plants, I prefer the real plants because I feel like too much plastic looks completely unrealistic. But for, especially for YouTube background videos, I usually use plastic plants because they just stay the same and consistency is kind of important there. And then I have my whiteboard, because I love whiteboards. Where's my focus? Focus, don't go. My focus doesn't like a whiteboard. But the problem with the whiteboard is that it's always in the shot because it's huge. And I always have this reflection of my light in the whiteboard. Oh, I miss my whiteboard so much already. You would think that as a software engineer, as a developer, as somebody who lives in the digital world, I would not need an actual analog whiteboard. But I do, and I miss it so much. Just taking a marker, standing in front of my whiteboard and thinking has gotten me so many ideas. And I feel like my creative hand is cut off until I get my whiteboard back. Of course, it's not true, but I do really miss it. So there should be a proper place for it in my new office. This is my calyx, which is a holder of all things evil. It started off as a great idea because I would basically have a room to myself and I can do whatever I want in there. So it was my office where I would work because I work in a hybrid mode, and some of the days of the week I work from home and some days in the office. Also, I would have my YouTube studio there, and I also put all of my hobbies in there, especially the ones that I didn't touch for years. And it seemed like a good idea on paper, but now when everything is packed into boxes and I don't have that room anymore, I'm realizing that I put way too much stuff in the room and it was just difficult to focus on one thing or the other because I had my work and hundreds of hobbies in the same space. And apart from work and YouTube, I didn't even engage in these hobbies because I didn't want to spend time locked in my room. I'm not a teenager and all of my hobbies were there. This is one of the things that I want to change in my new house. I want to store the hobbies that I can do at home closer to my living room. And luckily this space that we're getting will allow us to do it. But even if we stayed in the same small space, I still think it was not a good idea to put everything in a separate room. Another problem that I have is that Part of my programming career-related technical books were stored in my office and part of them in the living room in the bookcase. I don't know how I want to solve it yet. Ideally, probably I want to keep them all in my office because I do like seeing them in the bookshelf, but I also like having them next to me because otherwise they just pile up on my desk when I try to use them. And I use the books quite often, mostly because I like the books. It's not that it's the best resource ever, it's just the one that makes me happy. And if I'm happy, I'm working. But yeah, I still need to think how I want to arrange my books in my new place. My true friend. It's the only plant that I didn't manage to kill over the years. It's getting bigger and bigger, and at this point I think it's more of a, you know, room of the plant than my room. By the way, if you're wondering, this plant is a new addition to the home. My previous plant is alive and well, and everything is fine with it. It took me some time to reorganize this calyx into something that I can show to people. I do keep planning for my calyx, but I actually don't know if it's going to survive the move because disassembling it was way more difficult than assembling it, and it's already a used calyx that I got for free from a friend, so fingers crossed. Oh, and of course I didn't undress this contraption, and this is a hope of me actually using my stationery every once in a while. And as you can judge from the number of stuff that I have there, I don't use it very often. The only thing that I do use are these sticky notes, and I usually write my tasks on them, and when I'm done with them I just put them in this area. Actually, right now when I don't have my desk anymore and I don't have these supplies because they were considered not essential for us and packed away in boxes until we moved to the new house, which is in a few months, I'm kind of realizing what was actually important, what I want to keep, and what can be stored away or at least not be on my desk and take space there. It's a good strategy to figure out what's important, I guess. You just put everything in boxes, you put the boxes away, and you wait. You might have noticed that I don't have a desk light, and this is not a choice, it is a problem, because I could not find any desk lamp that I actually liked. I don't want it to take too much space in the desk. I really like those bars on top of the monitors, but I'm not sure that they work really well. So I'm still on the fence. If you guys have recommendations for the desk lamps, let me know. I'm all ears. I think the irony of this whole situation is that I made this video to show that not every workplace is aesthetic. Some workplaces are messy and filled with stuff, and they are doing their job. But now I'm basically dissecting this video, trying to figure out what I do want and what I don't want in my new place. But I guess it's okay to learn from your mistakes, or in this case, previous experiences. I do want to find a way to manage the cables. I am seriously considering keeping the wall behind me kind of darker tones, so there is no reflection in the monitor, because I had to sit for a little bit in a place with the dark wall, and it made the experience so much better because I didn't know how much white wall is reflecting. I do want my equipment and my books and everything accessible from the desk, so I don't want the calyx to be behind me or very far in the room. I want it to be preferably on the side, and I want the filming equipment to be placed somewhere where I can easily set it up, but it's also not in the view all the time when I'm working. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see my new office when I finally set it up. Although there will be a very high probability that it will take a while for me to set up a new office, because there are not that many rooms right now, and especially because they're just too big for a desk to be put in. So we may take a big room and split it in two to have two smaller offices. But we're just gonna have to see, and I think in the beginning we're just not gonna have money for a major renovation. So my ideal office would probably have to wait for a while, but I'm hoping it's gonna be worth it. And of course I'm gonna be sharing my temporary workplaces, if not here then on Instagram for sure. I don't think I have a big takeaway or something smart to share in this video. It was mostly for entertainment, or maybe you picked up some ideas, or maybe you realized that your office is so much better. This is also fun if it makes you happy. I will see you in the next video. Bye.